Hi, my name is Darby, and I'm located here in Calgary. This is a fantastic time to have a conversation in regards to inclusion, but also, involving persons with disabilities when it comes to the built environment, but also festivals, which a lot of the time also gets forgotten. When I look at things as being an accessibility strategist for the last couple of years, a lot of the times we forget how to involve persons with disabilities or how spaces can become dangerous at times. A lot of the times we think, when we see accessibility, we think built environment, but we don't necessarily think about our day-to-day festivals and the day-to-day events that people can attend, prior to COVID, post-COVID, those sort of scenarios. And it's interesting because when we look at things, there's a scenario that I had about 5 years ago when I worked for a festival group. We were brought in to review drawings and the festival setup, but then we were also attending it to make sure that the accessibility was there to meet the needs of persons with disabilities. And for us, the biggest challenge was on the fact that when the lights went down, the entire festival was dark. Then it became a safety factor because we had persons with disabilities in a disability, like in a section where we were on a platform, but yet the pathway that led from that platform led us into the general public. And with no lights, it then became almost a trample situation because persons with disabilities, depending on if you're in a scooter or in a wheelchair, you're a lot lower than the able-bodied individuals walking. So you can't necessarily be seen. So what happens is we can literally be almost trampled, which becomes a safety factor. So when we look at inclusion, we want to make sure that I love my music festivals, and I'm extremely sad right now that we're in COVID and we're not able to enjoy those festivals, but that we also want to make sure we can go and have a good time and make it safe. Just like we think of the built environment, and we want to make sure that the built environment is accessible with ramps and washrooms and everything, we still need to consider those elements when we look at festivals, even the outdoor street festivals, and making sure that we put ramps down for curbs so that people can go to the different booths and all that. There's those certain scenarios that don't necessarily get considered when we think of inclusion and when we think of accessibility. So we want to be a part of society just like everybody else. And by having this scenario go on, it allows us to be involved. And I'm going to get out of my office and have fun with all my friends and enjoy the space instead of being stuck at home and thinking, oh, it would have been great to go to this festival, or it would have been great to go to this concert in the building. But instead it's so much effort. So when we build new buildings and we build festivals, we need to think of everybody that would attend and hopefully enjoy themselves, because we want to go in and we want to be able to tell all our friends, hey, yeah, I've got a disability, but you know what? I had a great time, and the building made it easier, or the festival event people made it fun so that I could actually enjoy myself and take a break from the everyday life that we have as a person with a disability.